Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash, double honor to the apostles, bishops, elders of great millstones. Salute to the sincere Akim out there of the hopeful elect. All right. I was checking something out on Google, a question that came to my mind, inquiring about the armored truck industry. All right. I Googled armored truck industry dwindling. Okay. And in the results that I got, it's not surprising. It reads, it's just Google search, all right? It says the armored cash transportation services industry is facing challenges and undergoing an evolution, primarily due to the rise of digital payments, but it is not entirely dwindling. Meanwhile, the broader armored vehicle manufacturing market, including military and security vehicles, is actually growing, all right? So as far as armored vehicles that transport cash, that service is basically is dying out, all right? Or like it says, it's facing a lot of challenges due to digital payments. That's because cash is becoming obsolete. And I just did a video, I could say last year now because it's 2026 now, but I just did a video showing you that more people are getting chipped up and that everything is going into a digital form of payment, all right? And which signifies the simple fact that cash is becoming obsolete. No more money. All of that being on this money watch, all right? As far as Federal Reserve notes go, all of that shit is becoming obsolete, man. All right? In the armored truck industry was big, man. You used to have the Brinks trucks out there that used to transport cash, from banks or to banks to different check cashing centers and different stores and franchises all throughout the United States of America. And now you rarely see that anymore. You rarely see that anymore. There's a movie I remember called Dead Presidents. I don't know how many of you brothers, you younger brothers, if you're up on that. The movie Dead Presidents, was about some Vietnam vets that came home after serving war in Vietnam, and they was basically trying to find their way, and they came up with a plan to rob an armored truck. All right, and that shit used to be big in the 70s, man. 60s, 70s, 80s armored truck heists. Where you had Jake, not just Jake, white boys, everybody. They was trying to rob armored trucks for the cash. Okay. In fact, Mutulu Shakur, that was Tupac Shakur, the rapper, his stepfather, he was incarcerated for, I believe, more than 30 years, man, probably even 40 years, or sometime in the 80s. He recently got out of jail and then I think he passed away. But for masterminding the Brinks armored truck robbery in upstate New York, and he wound up on the FBI top 10 most wanted list, till he got caught, just to show you how big that used to be. All right. That market of armored trucks transporting cash. Okay. It says armored cash transportation services. The segment of the industry focused purely on transporting cash and armored trucks is facing significant headwinds. Decline, one of the bullets say decline in cash usage. The accelerating adoption of digital payment methods, credit cards, mobile wallets, online banking, has reduced the volume of physical currency transaction, directly pressuring the demand for cash in transit operations. All right. So, that's one of the main reasons why the armored truck industry is dwindling. It's going down the drain, And it's, when things like this are happening, it's because, the economy is changing to a new form of currency, all right, and which is, is digital and technological, like we've been telling you. And all of these roads, as far as digital payments and, online credit cards, and these new forms of payment when you don't need cash anymore, all those roads lead eventually to the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, with the human implantation of a radio frequency ID microchip. All right. So, you know, this is where we're headed, man. This is where we're headed. And if you consider yourself a man of the Lord, all right, you know, God, his name being Yahweh, his only begotten son's name being Yahweh Shai, all right, if the power is dealing with you, then you would be out there prophesying and warning the people where this world is headed, man. You know, a cashless society, and it's clear as day, man. It's clear as day, you know. So if you can't see it, and you want to live in a state of denial that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, and you go ahead and take that chip, all right, in which we warned you plenty of times, brothers back here at Great Millstone, starting with the apostles, you know, the bishops, elders, and all the brothers in GMS, okay, because we are a company of prophets, all right. If you don't take heed to what we're saying and listen to them other Israelite groups and, you know, and these other Christians and you know, celebrities and even the people in the financial market that's dealing with in the business insight in that world, okay, and you want to go with the program and get that chip, then you got some things coming to you, man. All right, death and destruction and fire from on high, from the Almighty Himself, Yahweh Shai. All right, so I'm gonna end it on that note. Say Shalom wa Barakum. You know, just a little insight. You know, a question that came to my mind. I was wondering, how is the armored truck industry doing in this society? And it's not surprising that it's dwindling, but you know, I just wanted to see what Google had to say about it. All right, and sure enough, they say, you know, it's dying out due to the fact that cash is becoming obsolete. There's no need for the transportation of cash anymore like that. All right, so Shalom wa Barakum to you brothers out there. Lord willing, I'll see you in the next one. Shalom.